being joined now by Honorable Dachong Bagos, who's a former lawmaker from Plateau State. Thank you so much, Honorable, for joining us.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, before we get into some other issues I invited you to talk about, your friends in the National Assembly, in fact, it's passed second reading from what I gathered, the motion to revert the nation back to the old version of the national anthem. What do you make of that?
Yeah, well, maybe because they have tried to change a lot of things on the floor through motions. If they change this one, it might likely work. And again, looking at the lyrics, if I look at the last stanza of the old national anthem, that, oh God, grant our request so that no one will be oppressed. And if that's one of the reasons, we have so much been oppressed in the country. And in the National Assembly, since I was there, we have passed motions upon motions. So maybe are we talking about national reorientation? Is changing the national anthem give us room to change that national reorientation? But to me, I will still stand with Arise, O Compatriots, because when all of us rise as patriotic Nigerians, I will be able to have that. So that's the kind of national reorientation I think we should be looking up to. But changing national anthem at this particular moment, is that really what Nigerians are yearning for? Yeah, so.
So you imagine maybe your colleagues are not in tune with the plight of the average Nigerian, because I mean I've heard a lot of reaction and people are wondering, is like you mentioned, is that what we really need at the time?
At this particular moment, Sheon, to be sincere, that's not what we really need at the time, because if I want to analyze the new national anthem, like I've said, Arise, O Compatriots, let what our heroes pass, let it not go in vain. So have we really looked at Nigeria as a country, to really looked at where did we get it wrong? Today we are talking about the inflation rate in terms of food insecurity. We are talking about insecurity itself. We are talking about Nigerians can't go to farm to get their land tilled. Nigerians can't get quality education, can't get good health, can't get. So these are issues for me that should be on the front burner of discussion. Because the National Assembly is a very sacred and important place that Nigerians should see us taking important issues very seriously. Yeah, but it's not just about motion. Whosoever that have brought that to the front burner has his own reasons. But what is our priority as a people? Because if some of us were there, I saw some of my colleagues argued against it as well. That look
in the House of Reps, there were more dissension. Senate looks like it was, and the leaders, both Professor Nyovere and the Senate leader, were the ones who moved those motions on the floor. But again, one of the arguments is that the military gave us that national and the initial one. And you look at it.
You see, whenever we talk about what the military has given us, be it the Constitution, be it whatsoever, have we even used it, maximized the importance of what has been? Have we exhausted whatsoever the military, in quote, has given Nigerians? In as much as we are talking about restructuring, have we been able to look at areas that we really need to restructure our country? So we shouldn't look at our failure and blame it on someone that is a military. So it is when we have now practicalized each and every aspect of what the military handed over to us as a people, not as a country. Because as a country, it's talking about who is the leader, but as a people, we're talking about who we are as Nigerians.
Yeah.
So when we now analyze all these issues and we now see that it's no longer workable, that is when we now start talking about, because we still go, because if we want to even, if we want to further interrogate the issues that the military has handed over to Nigerians. The military handed over democracy. Are we now saying that the democracy working in Nigeria is what is practically working to Nigerians? Are we now saying that what kind of even democracy are we practicing? Is it presidential or parliamentary? What are we practicing as a people? So a lot of interrogation and discussion needs to come into play if we want to look at how truly we want to restructure Nigeria.
I don't know. in my own generation, in primary school and in secondary school, and I mean, largely it was in the military era that I had my primary and secondary education. And what was the practice, what I grew up to know, or what in my schools then, where we used to drum and we would queue up and line up in some of the most orderly manner, class by class, right in the assembly ground, open field, and there will be drums, and we will march, we will sing the national anthem, we will recite the national pledge, and which were some of those things people thought that these were military traits that were being instituted. And there are those who will tell you that, in fact, under the Buhari regime, and that was when I was in primary school, and those who will tell you that, look, you will have to forcefully be in line, even in public places, even to get some public orderliness and all what have you. And there are those who will imagine, those are some of the learning history eroded, there's some values eroded, there's some things that the military actually gave us, but there were values to us that we have lost. And imagine if it's one of the things that the National Assembly want to bring back, I don't know, the primary and the purpose, but the debate went on and on. But like you said, is this the most important thing?
Yeah, well, because whatsoever we want to discuss at the front burner now, that is it truly the most important thing? Because to the ordinary Nigerians, what are you talking about? Have I eaten today? I can tell you, a lot of people, there are people, today it's raining, there are people still under the rain in bus stops as of this moment, waiting for one of the cheapest means of transportation, even if it is a pickup van with the rain that will just take them to their own destination. So as leaders and as politicians, we really need to look at issues very, very in-depth. That look, what is truly that Nigerians, have we really given Nigerians what we have promised them during the election? Since 1960, return to democracy, the promise have been good road, has been water, has been health, has been education. Have the promise changed to a certain level in other spaces of the world? Are we now talking about improve? So I'm not, as a people and as politicians, our campaign promises we should start talking about improve health care system, improve this, because we have already given them. But we are still talking that, we are still promising Nigerians that we will give them. Instead of talking of improve, then people are talking of technology. People are talking of how they'll be able to do things at a certain level that within the twinkle of an eye, you should be able to give. But we have so much been working on promises and borrowed policies. Those are some of the arguments and some of the issues that we have in time past so much argued on the National Assembly on the front burner. And I believe that what is a review that the present administration supposed to start looking at this particular moment. 1 year in office. How have Nigerians been faring?
And I'd like to take you there. You were sitting in the green room, and you listened to some of the ministers, and the power minister, for example, the health minister, and what came to your mind when listening to them about the performance of this government?
Well, Sheun, what came to my mind is that all that have been said, or all what they said, has it translated to reality to the common Nigerian? Because if so much of policy statements, so much of we have done this, have ordinary Nigerian today can boast of getting the required drugs that is needed in the hospital? Can an ordinary Nigerian, even with the band A to band E or Z, can we now boast that we have improved electricity? Can we boast that security have and is now assured we have been able to address the issues of insecurity? Can we now say, so out of all the ministerial briefing, Sheun, what Nigerians can see, and I'm sure if you go to the streets of Abuja today, the only thing that Nigerians might be able to tell you is that, well, we can see Wike fixing some of the roads in Abuja, because they can see that. They can feel, they can drive on those roads. But when you are now talking about insecurity, you have been able to address the issue of insecurity. Once it's 5 o'clock, everybody is running down to his houses. Just a few weeks ago, people were kidnapped in Kubwa on daily basis. Today, you cannot go to the market with 50,000 and now say that you could be able to get food items for your household for 1 week, even 3 days. Today, Labour and TUC are arguing with government about minimum wage. So if you want to translate reality or what you have said into reality, what has been the impact? Because if I want to stand with NLC today and TUC, I would say that the minimum wage should be at least 200,000. Because today, if you have 200,000, at least to some certain level, you should be able to have. So from the 500 NLC is talking about, and from the 50-something thousand government is talking about, let's meet at the middle. At least with 200,000, you should be able to meet up something. And again, the social security incentives that government is talking about. Today, we don't have fuel subsidy, as alleged. Today, you are now talking about you're giving 20,000 or 8,000 to Nigerians that we can't really identify where is the social security register we have as a people, where is the database that we are using that. Averagely, to me, I expect that if we are collapsing fuel subsidy, if we are collapsing, if we now collapse what humanitarian is giving to the 20,000 or what, collapse all those monies, pay the average worker what is due. I can tell you, if the average Nigerian, the average worker in Nigeria can be able to go to the market to afford foodstuffs, all of us will have, because every civil servant, one civil servant, over 10 to 20 people depend on one person. So don't just look at one civil servant. He has a family of 5. He has dependents with the Nigerian culture. He has to send money to his parents at home. He has to pay school fees. He has to do this and that and so on and so forth. So the dependence on one Nigerian civil servant, and you now want to quantify him to just one certain amount of money you are seeing on paper, then the level of inflation will continue to go high.
Honorable, let's go on a break. I mean, hearing Minister Adelabu, the Minister of Power, saying that there is a comfortable push of about 5,000 megawatts of electricity, and they're working to ramp up to about 6,000 and in transmission. And when we wonder, okay, how much? Well, I would like to get your reaction, but let's go on another break. And when we come back, more on the Tinubus 1 year in office. How have you been able to assess? You heard some of the ministers. We'll break it down for you. A few of them who've spoken today and what they said they've done.
The Duchess International Hospital caters to every aspect of the family's health needs. A one-stop shop for maternity and child health services, emergency medicine and critical care, medical and surgical subspecialties, dental and eye care, and a range of other subspecialties and services, all available at a single location right here in the heart of Ikeja. And it really doesn't matter if you're paying out of pocket using your HMO or private insurance. We focus completely on providing that world-class affordable healthcare for all the family at all times.
See how sweet they like beans and rice. And those people, I will never leave your side. I will never ever. I dedicate my time forever. Time to you, my people. Even 'cause together we shall stand.
My people, make we all come out on election day and vote Olumide Osai-Gbavo Akpata, una guy, as governor of Edo State. He ready to change our story and bring better life for we and our pikin them. Vote Labour Party, the party for Papa, Mama and pikin. Make we vote well, oh. Oluji, confirm. Now you be our guy. Labour Party, forward ever.
Olumide Akpata.
Now, all of us like to chop better food. Food where they make body tranga and vegetables where fresh like say tomorrow not day. We want make the chocolate sweet the way we go like them. No cubes. Now be the secret. They make them with correct ingredients like chicken, parsley, garlic, plenty iron corn full and palm to make your chocolate palm bar for you. Come the sweet well. Now be the cocoa. Make we carry salute, throw away give no.
Change your world by changing waiting day your plate.
Do you know that you can now print all your essential items for events without even having to leave your home? It's the Print Combo Deal for all events.
Yes!
Weddings, conferences, birthdays, burials, etc. Starting from 495,000 Naira only. You get 50 invites, 50 A2 size posters, 50 16-page brochures, 1 large backdrop banner, 1 roll-up banner, 50 jotters with pens, and 50 souvenir carrier bags. Whatever event you're planning, we can adjust to your budget and quantities. Just send your pictures and other information through WhatsApp, and we shall send a design for your approval. Approve your design, and we will produce with super high-quality digital print technology. We can even arrange delivery to your location. Call us now on 0913-156-5016 or 0812-794-9323 or visit our social media pages. Prints, digital printing at super speed.
Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. Let's get back to looking at what the Tinubus government has done in the last 1 year and what they say they have done, because there are two things. There are two things between what you say you have done and what you have really done. So you hear Minister Adelabu talking about 6,000 megawatts from the 4,000 before the end of 2024, and that's what they met on the ground. And they said they are actually quickly ramping up. At the moment, he said Nigeria is generating about 5,000 megawatts. But what is more important is accessibility, affordability, and also the consistency of the production of that power.
That's you've said it all, Sheun, that accessibility and affordability. Whatsoever English we say today, can Nigerians really get these things? And we all know that the technical part of electricity, because of the hydro aspect and the gas aspect of getting electricity in Nigeria, a layman knows that during rainy season, you get electricity. When it is after the rainy season, the water level goes down and electricity becomes very scarce. So we're looking at these are. And you check the promises of government that it is only during rainy season that they promise Nigerians electricity.
So in terms of power, Honorable, how would you rate this government? Have they delivered?
Absolutely. Absolutely no government have been able to deliver in terms of power. So they can't even take the credit now because we have not yet seen. See, when you want to talk about delivering, it's not just about the availability now, but the sustainability. Have we been able to look at, go down to the north where you have a high level of sunshine? What has government been able to do to instead of hydro or gas, be able to use the sun within the north to be able to generate more electricity? What have you been able to go to areas that are windy to be able to generate electricity? So we're still straight-jacket in generating electricity in this country. The only thing that I will be able to say that, look, now that states, the National Assembly have been able to remove electricity from the exclusive list, now that states can't generate electricity, it's now down to states to look at how can they be able to generate and distribute electricity at the same time. But if we're going to wait to look at how to continue to maintain the same narratives. First of all, what government is using to even generate electricity is obsolete. Like for how many, most of the equipment in some of the hydro stations or some of the obsolete equipment, and they don't even have the capacity to push to that level. So whatsoever substation they are trying to put in different levels, these are technical things that we'll be able to know. But to promise us electricity during rainy season, we'll wait and see what will happen during the dry season when hydro has gone down, and when we're even talking about Niger, where they're supposed to be the center of electricity, they lack electricity, and most of those places are being threatened by bandits. So these are issues that government really needs to come out clear to discuss most of these issues.
Let's wrap up in 1 minute, if we may. Holistically, if you look at this government, and look, I'm of the strong view that either we like it or not, this Tinubus government must succeed. And you know what? And I don't care which political party anyone who comes in the government comes from. The fact remains that there is one fundamental thing. It's the interest of the Nigerian people.
Absolutely.
And interest of the nation. In the next 4 years, President Tinubus is president of Nigeria.
Absolutely.
And we will pray that he succeed. But how they have gone in the last 1 year, do you think that we are on the right path?
The president and his team needs to understand one thing. That first of all, he's a president now. And secondly, it's not about who voted him into power. Now is the generality of Nigerians. And I've once said that, look, the APC administration had about 8 million votes. Then you have PDP with about 7 million votes, with Labour Party with almost about another 7 million. So put the votes of the opposition, which is running up to 14 million, against 8 million, which was the vote, that should be the major concern of the president the next 4 years. That how can I be able to combine the effort, combine these two votes and with the generality of Nigerians to be able to give dividends of democracy. It's not just about the APC administration. And again, going further, that look, where have we been able to do good on? Like for me, if I want to rate some of the ministers, I now know that, okay, I can see what the Minister of FCT is doing. It's not just because that he's PDP. I can see what the Minister of Interior is doing, that Nigerians now can get passports. I was joking with one of my friends, or when maybe they want to make Nigerians get passport fast and japa more and leave us back.
All right.
But again, the discussion, the further discussion is that it shouldn't be theoretical, it should be practical.
Right.
What are Nigerians yearning for? Let Nigerians see food on the table. It's not just about stomach infrastructure, but let all of us have the dividends of democracy across board.
Thank you so much. Honorable Dachong Bagos, as a former member of the House of Reps, thanks so much indeed for your time tonight. I appreciate your thought. That's our show.